This is Tim with Online Big Blue, bringing you the best in New York Giants sports talk and entertainment. I must be doing something right lately because all the haters are back out. Oh, they're filling up the comment section again, but who freaking cares? I'm going to be done with this in February, and I'm going to basically go out my way because I'll just like the king, baby. Regrets, I've had a few, but then again, too few to mention. I did it my way. And that's the way I'm going to do it till I close this out. I am still looking for my replacement. I will maintain executive producer privileges here at Online Big Blue, but we are going to have someone take over the channel in February. It's going to be fun. It's going to be exciting. Let's talk about the New York Football Giants. I got two topics here. One topic I want to talk about is a player that, a subscriber mentioned him to me, and I said, you know what? I kind of got to go take a second look at this guy because he is a cornerback, and everyone knows that I am a big fan of Patrick Surtain. I really have been, and I think he'd be a perfect fit for the Giants, even with the Adoree Jackson signing, because of the fact that you still have Jackson coming off the knee. You don't know specifically how he's going to come back. He's not really a turnover machine in regards to interceptions. So you know what? Having a CB3, and because let's all be honest, Isaac Yiadom's more like a CB7.5. But oh, hold on. Hey, I found the buttons again.
That's what she said.
Oh, I got it all working today. But this guy, and I thought about this new guy, and he's on the cover. And he's, of course, going to be Jaycee Horn out of South Carolina, 6'1", 205 pounds. He has the potential, and he probably will be a first-round pick. But I was thinking to myself, if the Giants decide to trade back or stand pat where they are, could Horn be an option? So I went back and I watched some game film for the last couple, from a couple of his starts. He was a starter in 29 out of 30 games possible. And honestly, if you watch him, he really was a star on the field for the Gamecocks. I mean, he was a shutdown guy. He was a CB1. And he was taking, he basically always covered, the other team's star weapon, star player. And he basically shut him down. He picked off 2 passes and broke up 6 as a junior, of course, in 2020. One of his big issues, Horn, is the fact that he doesn't really come up with the turnovers. He has not really done that collegially. He doesn't really force fumbles. He doesn't come up with the interception. He had 2 total interceptions, I think, for his entire career. And both those came in the same game. So he kind of reminds you of Adoree Jackson in reference to that. But he is a kid that, he is pretty much a sure tackler. He gets inconsistent at time with his tacklings. But he's demonstrated that he's got fantastic technique to mirror receivers. He can really stick to his man. He's athletic as well. And he just doesn't lose stride. And he's got excellent makeup speed. He can giddy up if someone gets past him. He can get it going. He could turn it on. I think they clocked him. I don't know if he's done a pro day, but I know before they had him at around like 4.46, I think it was, somewhere around there. I don't remember exactly. But you know what? He's got all the intangibles, and he could really be a lockdown guy, like a lockdown corner. He's got that excellent skill set. He's got a fantastic frame. He has shown that he can play physically. And he has shown that he can even go match up against the tight end, regards to, of course he can cover him because he's a corner, but he's also shown that he could tackle the tight end. He could tackle the quarter. He reminds me of R.W. McQuarters. Now, he's got more talent than R.W. did, but he's got something there. And I was thinking at 11, if Surtain is gone, and like I said, we're going to have so many different options at 11 because of everything that's going on with the quarterbacks. And this run on quarterbacks. We're going to have so many different options. But this is a guy, like I said, he, throughout his collegiate career, always shadowed the star of the other team. That's got to account for something. And like I said, he's, the one other drawback, and I hate to bring up the comparison because I don't think it's a true comparison, he does have a tendency of getting pass interference penalties because he plays so physical. Now, I was going to bring up Eli Apple because Eli Apple was handsy in college. And I even said multiple times in the podcast, because back then I was only doing podcasts, that he was handsy. And I never thought that he could transition from Ohio State to the Giants because of the way that he played with his hands, and it turned out to be true. Now, if we are looking at Horn's biggest issue is he plays with physicality. So he's going to need to learn how to control that, but it's a little different playing on the receiver physical than it is putting your hands on the receiver. It's different. It's more of a mentality. He with the proper coaching, and if you think Patrick Graham's the guy, he could probably coach that out of Horn. But I could see him going. I could see the Giants making a shock at 11 and going with Horn. I could see that. I mean, I think if there's a wide receiver, if we go Slater, I am ending the channel during the draft. I am doing a live draft podcast, and, maybe we'll stream it also on YouTube, but we're doing it on NFL Talk from across the pond and back. We're going to do a full live draft broadcast. I will end the show right then and there. I'll just end the show, turn everything off, and go to bed and never get on YouTube again. I think some people would like that if I did that, but that's okay. You know what? But it's all good. But like I said, I'm thinking Horn could be an issue. I wanted to talk about Daniel Jones real quick because I mentioned something the other day that when you go on Twitter and stuff, and some person said, well, you talk about not going on Twitter, then you talk about going on Twitter. Yeah, dummy, that's the joke. It's called sarcasm. You should learn about it. That's why I'm big in Europe like David Hasselhoff, because I got sarcasm. Daniel Jones in the Arizona passing camp. Who cares? Again, it's another who cares moment. Eli Manning did it for years, and then I got to see on Twitter, well, that just shows that he's ready to be a leader. I remember when 9 pounds of added muscle was meaning that he was going to equate to the fact that he was going to be a better quarterback. How did that one work out? Yeah. He took his wide receivers and some people to throw them a football in April in Arizona. Eli Manning did it for years. Most quarterbacks do something similar. It doesn't mean anything. And I've said it before. Last time I checked, these games that mean anything are played in November, December, and January. And you have to wear pads and a helmet. I could give two bloops about throwing the football in April. And to me, it doesn't show that he's turning the corner to be a leader. I believe he did the same thing last year, too. Oh, actually, I don't think they did because of COVID. I think that was the problem. He was going to do it last year, but I don't think he did because of COVID. Eli Manning did it for years. Most NFL quarterbacks do the same thing. It doesn't mean anything. And if you want to put fodder out there, on Twitter, because I feel like you need to post something on Twitter, that's great. But what happened to real news? What happened to, I remember back in the day when Twitter, man, there used to be, and there's some people that are clever on Twitter still, but you used to be clever on Twitter. I'm so old, I actually remember when YouTube first came out. That's how old I am. I remember sitting in my buddy's office, Tom, and he was watching this new thing called YouTube with all these videos. And it was always like a monkey humping a football or something. Something crazy like that. Or a lion farting. It was in the beginning of YouTube, it was interesting to watch. And Twitter was the same way, man. I remember when Twitter first came out, you had some people that put some thought into Twitter. Maybe everyone's over on TikTok. Is it TikTok now? Is that the big thing with the kids? Is that TikTok? Tick-tock, ticky-ticky-ticky-ticky, tick-tick-tocky, jump, drop a rock, and a bang, bang, boogie said, up, jump, the boogie said, boogie to the boogie to the beat. What you hear is not a test, and I'm boogie to the beat. Sorry, I had to. I'm old school, guys. I've told you that. I've told you that a million times. But it's not news. Don't care. Good for Daniel Jones. Hopefully he doesn't get sunburned. And what is it, SPF 50? Probably should try using that. Doesn't mean a damn thing. Show up at camp, work with the guys, then learn, progress, understand your pocket awareness, read defenses. Then I'll be impressed. Don't forget, everyone, to follow NFL Talk from across the pond and back. It's on every place that YouTube and all other fine toys are sold. Well, it's not on YouTube. We're on Spotify. All the other you know what? Any place that you can find a podcast, that's where NFL Talk from across the pond and back is. Well, that's you know what? We're going to close it out right there. And again, this is Tim with Online Big Blue, bringing you the best of New York Giants sports talk and entertainment. And as always, if you can subscribe. If you're ringing that bell, you think you know what that means. That'd be awesome.